What's going on, everybody? Jesse Montaño, Guerilla Sports, out here in Washington, D.C. Avs, Caps, just wrapped up. We said this morning the Avs are going to be looking to get some revenge on what the Caps did to them last week at Ball Arena in Denver, and they did that. They won the low-scoring game, as Mikko Rantanen put it. 2-1 is the final. Miles Wood with the game winner. No big hat tonight. It sounds like Miles Wood did get the big hat, but it wasn't in there when we walked in. There was other people that were looking for a photo, didn't get a photo, so no big hat tonight, but it was Miles Wood. We got a few of you guys' questions here that we are going to answer, instantly reacting to this 2-1 Avs win. Really just a couple quick blanket thoughts. I thought it was a strong performance. Not necessarily from start to finish, but I thought they settled in, thought they stuck with their process. And overall, I think you can be really happy with this performance. Let's dive into these questions. But first, got to remind you guys, our coverage here on the road at Guerilla Sports is brought to you by our great friends over at Landmark Lincoln and the all-new 2024 Lincoln Corsair GT plug-in hybrid. Visit landmarklincoln.com or stop into their store there off Broadway for more details. Let's get it going here. Bailey, do you think Georgiev had his best game of the season so far tonight, coming off an injury? Look, I think Alexander Georgiev has gotten steadily better in this season, and I thought tonight was a game where they needed him to have a big game. This is a good Washington Capitals team. I think there's going to be a lot of folks around the league as this season goes on who are going to be a little bit caught off guard. This is a disciplined team. This is a smart team. This is a defensively sound team, and even without Alex Ovechkin tonight, they look dangerous at several different times, multiple breakaways, things like that. Alexander Georgiev had to be good. He had to be a little bit lucky as well. There were two plays in particular off of rush chances where he maybe lost his footing. There was one, a breakaway, where he fell down on his back. Found a way to keep the puck out. Sometimes you got to be good. Sometimes you got to be lucky. Sometimes you got to be a little bit of both. I thought that's what Alexander Georgiev was here tonight for the Avs. Mikko Rantanen told me after the game, Alexander Georgiev was his first star, and I think that's deserved. Really nice game for Alexander Georgiev tonight. Was it his best of the season? Sure. If you want to put it up there, I think there's a totally fair argument for that. There have been two games so far this season, this being one of them where I think Georgiev has been exceptional. From Leon, is it time to put Sammolinsky higher up into that fourth D spot? I think you're really happy with what you're getting out of your defense right now. Again, a couple times tonight, maybe some questionable plays here and there, but that's going to be the case any night. I didn't think the team was perfect. Jared Bednar echoed those same sentiments. Thought they were very good. Did not think they were perfect, but they found a way to win, and I think Sammolinsky is very much a part of that. They got him paired with Oliver Kylington here tonight, who I also thought had his best game coming off what was previously his best game in Philadelphia. But I think Sammolinsky is a really nice complementary player right now to whoever you want to play him with. I think Jared Bednar is really enjoying having Sammolinsky as a bit of a utility knife there on that back end. He can play him with Cale Makar, he can play him with Devon Taves, he can play him with Josh Manson, he can play him with Oliver Kylington, he can play him with Calvin DeHaan. He just kind of fits everywhere, and he looks more and more comfortable every single night. So sure, if you wanted to pair him with, Sam Girard, Josh Manson permanently on that middle pair, fine. I'm okay with that, but I think he is a very valuable piece right now, being able to bop around the lineup a bit. So I like the way they're deploying Sammolinsky, but I get the sentiment here. I think he's playing well, looks more and more comfortable, and feels like he's establishing himself with every passing day as a quality NHL defenseman. From Idle Sports Fan, it feels like the Avs have struggled to get empty net goals this season. Is there something they're not doing that makes the ends of these games as tense as they have been, or is it fine and I'm nitpicking? You'd like to see him get, those insurance goals, those empty net goals. But look, if they're holding on, and yes, it can be a little clinching at times, but they're holding on. They're sound defensively. A couple chances for the Caps late. I think there was a post on a shot from distance, but for the most part, I think the Avs are retrieving pucks. They're getting them out of the zone. Yes, you'd like to see them hit a couple of those empty netters just to give yourself some insurance, give yourself some breathing room, and not make the ends of these games feel like such a mad scramble. But hey, as long as you're getting it done, does not matter how many goals you won by, as long as you win, right? So maybe a little nitpicky, but it's also a fair, hey, let's make the ends of these games a little bit less stressful for everyone. From Katie, what's it going to take for McKinnon to stop passing up great scoring chances in order to try low percentage passes to other players? I actually asked someone about this tonight. There was a play in the first period where I thought the Avs should have shot it. Now, granted, it was a rebound play in front of the net. Josh Manson actually tried to shovel it over to Artturi Lehkonen. So I went and asked someone who I very much respect and trust their opinion, and I said, do you like that play? Would you prefer if you see a player shoot that and just put it on net? And they said no. It feels like a high danger opportunity because you're within such close quarters. It feels like a puck that you should shoot. But really, in that specific example, they were saying you're almost too in tight. You don't have enough net to shoot at. So trying to shovel that over to someone who's open, maybe give them a wide open look. I get it. Now, I did tweet out after the first period. I was talking with Corey Masisak from the Denver Post all during that first period about too much passing. I do think the Avs have the tendency to overpass it a little bit. Nathan McKinnon is not excluded from that, right? But I do think this is a team that is smart with the way they play in the offensive zone. I think they look for open shots. I think they look for lanes, and they've got creative players who have the ability to fit pucks in tight windows. Now, again, Nathan McKinnon has never really been a player that you've had to tell twice to shoot the puck. And I think there's sometimes where he maybe leans into that a little bit. He knows he's such a shooting threat that he knows that teams are going to key in on him. So if he can make one extra little pass and it works, well, you're probably setting up a guy who's wide open. Yes, I would like to see the Avs shoot a little bit more on some of those opportunities. But hey, we were laughing. In the first period, we were saying you can't pass. Let's try that again. In the first period, we were saying you can't pass the puck into the net. That's exactly what Mikko Rantanen did. In the second period, he passed the puck off a great puck retrieval in the corner. It looked like the Caps were going to be able to get it out. Avs get that puck back, and Mikko Rantanen tried to pass it across Nathan McKinnon, gets a bit of luck. To me, I think you make your bounces. That's one to me. You earned that bounce because of the work you did low in the offensive zone. And yes, apparently you can pass the puck into the net. Last one here from Abby. The start of this game was very slow. The Avs gave up the first goal and still had a great comeback. What do you think the guys did well in order to secure the win with the levels of confidence they seemed to have? And what do you think could have been done better? You want to see a better start. I didn't think this was a bad start for the Avs. In fact, you were coming down the end of that first period there 0-0. I was actually going to say that's a pretty solid road period given the opponent, given the fact that you're on the road, that you'll take that. They end up going down 1-0 at the end of the first. So yeah, would you maybe want to see them get a little bit more going offensively out of the gate? Sure. When isn't that true? What I loved about this game, the Avs stuck with their process. I asked Jared Bednar after the game, I said, when did you know in this game that your team was doing enough good things that if you stuck with it, they were going to break through? Because keep in mind, I thought Logan Thompson was fantastic in net for the Washington Capitals tonight. Three that come to my mind right here without even having to think about it. Just robbing guys in close, stealing goals off the goal line. I thought Logan Thompson was fantastic tonight. They stuck with their process. The Avs settled into this game, started doing good things, and just never relented. That was what I think you have to like about this one. It could have gotten frustrating. It could have gotten tough to keep going with the same game plan because the Capitals were slowing things down. They were forechecking one guy and then just clogging things up in the neutral zone to make life as difficult as possible for the Avs. They stuck with it. When the Avs were breaking through, Logan Thompson was coming with huge saves. They stuck with it. You noticing a theme here? They stuck with it, and that's what I think you really like. The Avs have often, long felt that they've got a game plan and they've got a team and a work ethic that can beat anybody. Anybody. This core has felt that if they are sticking to their details, there's nobody in the league that they can't beat and can't beat confidently. And I felt like once the Avs settled into that groove here tonight, that was what you saw them do, was just say, we're on the gas, we're not coming off of it, and we're going to win a game our way. So I thought that was great. That was what I really liked about it. Again, you always want to see a better start. You can always have a better start. But once the Avs settled in, I thought they stayed there, and that was why they came out with 2 points here and are off to a 2-0 start on a pretty tough road trip as we head down to South Florida tomorrow. The Avs will be taking on the Florida Panthers on Saturday, and then heading up just a little bit north and west to Tampa Bay, where they'll be taking on the Lightning, who gave it to them a little bit earlier in the season. The Avs will be looking to bounce back in that one like they did here tonight. That's going to do it for us from DC. I'm heading back to the hotel, going to get packed up, heading to the airport early. So we're done here in DC. On to Florida. It's been nice weather, guys. I won't lie. DC and Philly, it's been really nice. Was able to get out and do a little bit of walking around yesterday afternoon after practice. And you guys know, you know me, I'm just chomping at the bit for Florida. Thanks again to our friends over at Landmark Lincoln. Our road coverage brought to you from our great friends over there, and the all-new 2024 Lincoln Corsair GT. I'm Jesse Montaño, Guerilla Sports. We'll see you from Florida.